Hello and welcome to our panel discussion as part of the Lysac Virtual Fair 2021 All-in-One Solutions. This year is, by the way, the 60th anniversary year of the company. We broadcast from the production site in Seitenstetten, Austria, and now we are talking about some interesting stuff like automation and manless production. Therefore, I'm very happy to welcome my experts today, which are Andreas Marder, Matthias Schöbel, Andreas Stöger, and Alexander Aroff from the KUKA company. Let me start with you, Mr. Marder, and ask, you are responsible for product management logistics at Lysac. Could you give us a brief overview of what unmanned production means, and in particular for glass processing, and what benefits are expected from that?
Yes, in a sense it means operating the line without the need of workers. So that means that the glass, the spacers, the sealing material, all the stuff has to flow directly to the line to get together, and that's a vision we are getting nearer and nearer.
I'm sure you have some possibilities at Lysac on this. Can you tell us which ones?
Yes, of course. Over the years we got a lot of solutions which are getting in this direction. Like we have the line management system where the information flows directly from the office to the line, to the machine. We have thermoplastic applicator which can automatically applicate spacers right out of the barrel. We have super spacer applicator which can applicate automatically the spacer on the line. We will get on this show the robot handling frame where we can put on rigid spacer directly on the line in rectangle and in shapes. We have sorting systems, transport stations where we can let the glass flow through the factory. We have unloading and loading systems on the line. The older versions are not as flexible, but the newer versions will get more flexible to get the customer's needs better done.
And we have one big issue always, that's integration. So can you tell us about how the integration of manned production is possible?
Yes, we have at least a very complex system. If you want to get there a whole plant done, you need some different software solutions, you need different programs, you have different interlayers, and at least you have one big stuff and a lot of plants where often problems can happen.
So and that sounds that software plays an essential role, and so I address to Mr. Söbel. What software solutions does Lysac offer?
We offer software solution to steer a complete production plant. This starts in the office, where orders are automatically transformed into production data, which are essential for the single machines. And it continues with the complete control of the material flow in the production area. So, as Andreas said, the single machines, which are fully automated, are connected together with buffer systems, and each machine is forwarding the data from machine to machine, so that no extra handling by operator or information by the operator is required. And this helps a lot and assists with the reduction of operators in the production plant.
So, as I don't have any clue about the automation with unmanned production, can you tell me something about why software is so important in this part?
Yes, because typically the operator has done in the past the job or the decision what needs to be done next. And this is replaced completely by the software solution. So the software solution is telling the equipment and the machines what to start next, what to produce next, and what is the desired outcome to also automatically check the quality of the products. With this, as you understand, in the glass industry, we are already since 30 years working on a single piece quantity. Like it's at the moment in the automotive industry, the one thing what everyone wants to do, we do it since 30 years already. And this is only possible with a powerful software component in the background.
So, as I see, the topic is very wide-ranging, and not to exceed the time frame that we have today, I would like to focus on robotics. And Mr. Stöger, you are responsible for robotics at Lysac and have innovative approaches. So, what does that look like at Lysac?
Lysac has already 60 years experience in the glass industry, and therefore we know the requirements for the use of robots. So our robots are used for unloading and loading, processing and insulating glass lines, for automatically frame setting, and for tempering bed loading and unloading. The robot is integrated in a way that the most important functions like home positioning, move to quality station and so on can be executed from the Lysac panel, so that the operator does not need any special robot knowledge. And if there is, for example, a service case, your first contact person is Lysac. At the service center, the case will be analyzed and then either handled by a service center itself or contact is made with KUKA. So the customer has only one person in case of a service event.
And do you buy in the automation, or do you have a plan to manufacture it by yourself in the future?
At Lysac, the robots and the periphery are completely planned, programmed, commissioned and shipped in-house, so that the robot and the system around is integrated in the overall system and ideally integrated into the process. And trained service technician will assemble the robot then directly on site and finally put it in operation.
You were just talking about integration. If I have already an existing line, is it also possible to integrate robots in my existing line?
Yes, it is possible. For example, place a robot at the end of an insulating glass line.
Okay. And which robots are used at Lysac? Or even how do you select which robots are used at Lysac?
We mainly use KUKA robots because KUKA offers an optimal robot portfolio in terms of reach and payload. With the simulation software, we select at the end the right robot size. In the planning phase, we already make reach analysis, collision checks, and determine the optimal positioning of the robot.
So I heard 3 or 4 times the name KUKA. So your company was already mentioned, Mr. Auer. A lot of people out there know KUKA, of course, but for those who don't, let's say a little percentage, but for those who don't, can you tell us in some brief sentences who KUKA is and what the advantages are if I work together with KUKA?
Thank you. KUKA is one of the world's leading specialists in automation. We offer robots as a single components to manufacturing cells to complete turnkey solutions. For Lysac, we provide long arm robots with linear tracks. The linear track especially is produced at KUKA directly, and it is integrated into the KUKA system, which allows Lysac a very fast integration. Further, we offer the smallest and lightest long arm robots on the market, and we have a very huge service network and many training centers all over the world.
This comes up to another question where you can talk for hours, I'm sure, because that's what your company does. But can you tell us in just some sentences why should I use robots?
This question we are always asked. Robots increase your overall productivity since they don't sleep, they don't take a break, they can work 24 hours. You can even produce more products in larger batches, but this does not mean that robots steal jobs. If we take a look on the automotive industry, the body of a car can be produced 100% automatically. But for the final assembly, you need hundreds of people for each car. So the human skills cannot be copied easily. They will always be necessary in productions.
So that seems to be the perfect partner for you at Lysac. Mr. Mark, can you tell me how and why did you come up with KUKA?
Yes, of course. We have different uses for a robot, at least. For the horizontal way, you need a robot with a long arm length, because the plate is horizontal, and our plates can be 3.3 by 6 meter. And therefore, when the robot stands beside the glass, it's needed to have by 200 to 400 kilo a long arm. This is a situation which not so many robot suppliers has. On the other hand, we need a robot for the vertical integration, where weight is very important. KUKA has also, in this case, solutions. And what is very often needed in our case is the 7th axis. And KUKA has this as well also in their portfolio, where some other suppliers need other suppliers to deliver this axis. And therefore KUKA had the widest range or the best portfolio which fits to our needs, and give us the best price to offer this to our customer.
So if you listen to this, to your partner, Lysac, it's always an issue. How is the support and how is the assistance in such a partnership? What does the cooperation look like in terms of development, for example?
Besides being close to Lysac and having a very friendly relationship, we supported Lysac from the very beginning with engineering and training, with robots and software tools, enabling Lysac to drive developments forward quickly.
Mr. Stögeit, it was already mentioned that at the beginning, Lysac is the first point of contact of service cases. So what does that look like in detail?
Yeah, as I told before, if there is a service case, your first contact person is Lysac. In the service center, we will analyze the problem, and for example, if it is a programming problem, we will handle that by ourselves. For example, if there is a hardware defect, like a motor defect or gearbox defect, we will contact the responsible KUKA subsidiary and establish the connection between customer and KUKA to get a quick service operation.
That sounds like you have a big service network all over the world, Mr. Are. Can you tell us what does your service network look like?
We have more than 40 subsidiaries and hundreds of service engineers distributed all over the world. And additionally, we offer 24 hours spare parts and service availability, plus hotline support. So in all industrial areas of the world, we can guarantee a fast support for existing customers.
So that's with KUKA. Mr. Stöger, are there other types of robots used at Lysac?
Yes, we mainly use KUKA robots, but at customer request, it is also possible to integrate other robots like an ABB.
So let's widen our view. Mr. Mahler, can you give us a brief overview of the automation solutions which are already available at Lysac?
Yes. At least we have the robot handling horizontal, which we are using for tempering bed loading and unloading. This is a robot which picks a single glass to pick it to a full tempering furnace bed loading together. Mm-hmm. You will get the information from the software for the optimum bed loading and load it. I'm very proud about the unloading, because therefore we use the data from the scanner of the unloading. If the sheet is a little bit turned, because during the tempering process, mm-hmm. We grip or let the corrugate the data to the data of the scanner, that the robot will grip the glass directly on the line of the glass, mm-hmm. which we need at least when it's separating to a single glass, that the line of the glass is in the direct way. And then we have a robot handling frame, which we are publishing in this virtual fair, which can grip some rigid spacer. It does not depend if it's a rectangle or a shape, and put it directly onto the glass for the IG unit. Then we have or want to do some robot handling vertical. It's a loading unloading system which we want to publish in the autumn of this year, where we're able to unload at least IG units and loads or unloading processing lines and so on.
So, Mr. Mahler, thank you very much for this overview what is already available. But I'm sure this is not just theory. It's, I'm sure there are some implemented projects, right?
Yes. Actually, we have sold 7 robots for tempering, bed loading and unloading. 5 of them are already delivered, and 2 of them we will deliver at around October. And also in our company ClassTech in Unmanned, we will install the first robot for automatically frame handling in August, and the second one for unloading insulating glass at the end of this year. And the special thing about this is we will also install a rack cycling system for up to 6 racks.
So this is very real. So, Mr. Schöbel, if we talk about some further visions at Lysac, can you tell us, or do you have any visions for the future of automation at Lysac?
Yes, of course. We would like to continue successfully our projects, what we're having at the moment. We have already installed more than 100 fully automatic plants worldwide. And based on this, with every project we learn and continue our experience and our gain also our challenges with such projects. But the vision will definitely go into the direction to reduce more and more the impact of operators, add also additional fully automatic steps to processes and to areas where it's at the moment not yet established within the glass industry. So we are trying to concentrate to improve what we have already automated, but also to add additional value with automate further processes within the plant of our customers.
Okay. So, gentlemen, thank you very much for sharing your insights with us today, and see you next time. Then we will talk further about the progress of manless production and about ongoing automation also. Thank you for stepping by from the KUKA side, and thank you for watching today.